Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. On our way down to Juan's place today to work some ring sport with Buddy. Kind of made the decision we're going to go ahead and do a good foundation of ring sport training with him on his entries into the legs, and just have Juan help me build him in ring sport because he's the expert in that area. So that's why I'm going down there, and it's a good foundation for a dog. A lot of times I'll want to start low. If you talk to a ringer, anybody that's really heavy into ring sport, they'll tell you that if you get a dog going high, it's really hard to get him to go low again. So a lot of times they'll do ring sport, they'll do leg entries, do all that work and foundation, and then as the dog gets older and a little bit more into the work, then they'll teach the dog to go high. Okay. And of course, some dogs like to stay low, so it just depends. But so today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a post I just got sent to me that's from a severe dog bite situation from an Argentinian dogo. And they're known to be an aggressive breed. And this dog basically flipped in a full dominance mode and tore this lady up pretty good. And she does a lot of rescue, and that's a lot of times you get people that do rescue and they want to save every friggin' dog. And I don't know the person, so I really shouldn't make comments in that regards. But my biggest takeaway from seeing the post and then reading what she posted and everything was, one, that she's, really good attitude. I like that she's professional, and that she was willing to go ahead and express herself and let people see the injuries to a point where they become more aware, because we do need to become more aware. Those of you that are professionals that are in the trade and don't deal with aggression need to understand this before you do. Okay, those of you that do deal with aggression should have some kind of set protocols and procedures when you're dealing with this. And the biggest thing is to be able to get a background history of the animal. And it sounds like she did. She asked a lot of questions and she got some background. And the dog was just starting to feel his oats, and I'm not sure the dog's age. That's a factor. The breed is a factor. Propensities in breed are a factor. They're not something that's true and always the same way. I mean, that's so many people that get upset about pit bulls being branded as aggressive dogs and other aggressive breeds being branded as that. I agree with that. I don't like to do that. A lot of the times it's just a matter of genetics and propensities that are based on the dog's previous history. Okay, and I haven't really worked Argentinian dogos that much. I've worked a couple of them over the years, but I haven't worked that many. But you will see this happen again and again, and it's the telltale times that we live in. We live in this society nowadays that everybody wants to be a hero and everybody wants to save a dog. So they've got this huge amount of people that are doing this rescue that you got to know is a money-making thing. You can do a 505 non-profit, and they're making money, believe me. And then they feel good because they're saving a lot of dogs. Unfortunately, that increases your risk. It's kind of like Russian roulette. You have more bullets in the chamber, you have more chance of that bullet hitting a chamber that's going to have a bullet in it, right? So getting into this, I would say that you definitely need to have some really strict protocols and really do as much of a background history with certain breeds as you can, so that you make sure that you understand what you're getting into. Okay. In this case, it sounds like a little bit too much confidence and not awareness of dealing with aggression. And when you've got a breed like this, I've got a good friend of mine. I promised you guys I was going to get together kind of for a podcast type of a thing with him and talk about some of these subjects. And this again is another incident within several months. I mean, I think the other one that I showed you was a lady in our area that's a friend that ended up getting nailed by a dog that sounds like it was an Argentinian dogo mix. I'm not positive of that, but she got torn up real bad too. It's the same kind of really graphic photographs that really make you step back and go, whoa, a dog can do a lot of harm if they're an aggressive breed or aggressive tendencies. So with me, my experience I've done it over the years. I've had plenty of aggression dogs, but the most aggressive dog and the most relative to what we call rank dominance was with Arrow, and Arrow is a rank dominant male. I don't throw him any lack of trust. I've always got a awareness of this dog's propensities, always, and I'm very aware of his nature. He gets in, he has his points where I can pet him, I can let him have kisses and all kinds of things, but I know where these buttons are, who he is as an individual, because I've had him long enough, and I know not to trust him. And so, would he come at me as strong as he did when he first came with me? Probably not. He's been through a lot since then. We've done a lot of things to establish our relationship, but I also still know which things and which areas not to go into that I don't broach, because I'm not out to fix this dog. You're not going to fix a dog like this, okay? You're always going to have the risk factor that this dog could end up tearing you up. So that being the case, I am very aware of it. So let me see if I can get a hold of this guy. If we can do a little podcast and have a discussion, it would be very worthwhile for everybody to kind of center themselves in these areas, because we want to help people that may not have as much experience and maybe need to have their awareness heightened and be aware of some of the protocols that they should put in if they're going to play with this area of expertise. And I would say that if you don't have that experience, maybe you need to. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm at McDonald's. I'm on my way down the hill. Bye-bye.